Greg, can you describe your what's going through your mind as the lead is whittled away, and then take us through that last sequence defensively by Nate and Brad to preserve the victory?
Yeah, I thought we got too tentative against their pressure. I thought it got us, it made us stand around. It took us some of our aggressiveness away in terms of playing in a rhythm. And we also had some opportunities to convert plays against it when we had them extended. We had a few guys that had the ball in tight, and we didn't convert, didn't finish plays off. When we had it tight to the rim, obviously missed a couple free throws there that make it more interesting. And we also fouled too much and specifically away from the basket. On the other end of the floor, off a couple rebounds and some loose balls where we allowed them to go score with the clock stopped. And that's the recipe for making a comeback, is go shoot free throws and score with the clock stop. But and then to the last play, we didn't do a good job with Sessoms. He was getting downhill on us too much, and we were too low on the ball screen. Finally, at the end there, Nate, obviously made a good play, and we were at the right level, was able to get a block, and Brad was able to secure it and get a timeout to get us the last possession. So credit to Penn State. I didn't think they would go away easy. They didn't, and we let them. Obviously, we fueled some of that too, some of their momentum. But they definitely have weapons that can score in a hurry, and we saw that.
Over to Jim.
Greg, before that, you guys did use their aggression against them, I thought, to a certain degree. What did you like about the way you guys looked offensively, besides shots going in, of course? I mean, what were the things that you did that you liked? Well,
we got to the free throw line a lot in the first half. I thought that was good. I didn't think we were as good with it second half, but we were making some threes. So that negates the ability to make plays in the paint or takes away your options to get fouled. But, I thought we played with rhythm was good again. I thought it was, the last couple of games that have been good. It was just a matter of, defensively being a little bit better, cleaning them up some mistakes in certain spots at key times of the game that we had made. But, I thought we played with a good pace and shared the ball, 18 assists. That's on 25 baskets. So that means we're sharing it pretty well.
Josh?
Greg, what do you think of Brad's performance tonight specifically? I know he always has energy, but it seemed like he was maybe even a little bit more of a catalyst tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's our emotional leader. He's the cement between all the bricks. So, he was primed and ready to go, and I think they all were. Just it's postseason, and you have to find a way to survive and move on to the next game. And they didn't get a chance to do this last year, so I think there's an extra appreciation to have these type of opportunities this year, whether it's this tournament or what's coming next week. Something that they lived through, losing what we had in front of us last year with the pandemic setting in.
George?
Greg, normally we ask this about dunks or big time shots, but have you ever seen a player make a play like Brad did to pull in at Nate Reaver's block and then have the wherewithal to know to call a timeout as he's about to face plant onto the floor?
Yeah, that was a heck of an awareness by him. And obviously, was able to get a foot down or get feet down there. And like you said, the awareness to call the timeout. So great play by him, terrific block by Nate. And then obviously, Aleem executed the long pass there at the end to be able to melt the 0.8 seconds that was left.
Jeff?
They showed on the sideline that Micah was struggling a little bit with. Can you share? Was it just cramps with him? Looked like he was drinking a lot of liquid.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to our trainer yet or talked to him. So
Go over to Ben.
Greg, you sat Nate early after it looked like he rushed on a couple plays and came back and played some pretty good basketball on both ends of the court for you. Is that just a timeout, just kind of get him reset? And how do you like how he responded to that both throughout the entirety of the game, especially without Micah available to you?
Yeah, I thought he responded really well. I thought the first couple post moves, I thought he took, he settled. He didn't go to contact. He didn't take it towards the rim, and there was a rebound where I felt he should have had it. just executing a block out and being more physical. And, sometimes you need to come out, catch your breath a little bit and recollect your thoughts. And Micah went in and we got some post scoring when he came in. And then obviously Nate comes back and doesn't seem like he'd hit a 3 in 2021. So for him to knock down a couple there, I think big for his confidence and big for our team's confidence, because we know when he's able to do that and be an effective, perimeter shooter like he can be and like he has been in his career, makes us that much better offensively.
We have time for one more for Coach. We'll go to Tom.
Greg, can you talk about the role of the penetration you had in the first half and how that got your offense going? Looked like you had penetration from multiple players throughout the half.
Yeah, it's been a point of emphasis, with all specifically the guys that have the ability to do it. So that's a point that we've been trying to continue to emphasize, to have guys be more aggressive at making plays, not only for themselves, but for others. So, you get a couple guards here, one with 5 assists, 2 turnovers, Trice with 9 assists. So that I thought the play at the end of the half was terrific in terms of Trice attacking the switch and the ball screen and driving and kicking the guy that they left in the corner. So we need more of that. It makes us that much better when we can move the ball like that.
Brad, can you just kind of describe your emotions? That's a game where you guys are up big and then had to hold on for dear life. I'm just kind of what's going through your mind right now.
Well, I thought it was awesome to start. We came out a little rocky getting used to it, but then that was some of the most energy we've played with, in a long time. From that start of the run in the first half through the first half all the way to the start of the second half. Thought we did a great job of, making plays for ourselves, making plays for others, and then really locking up on the defensive end. But then you got to play 40 minutes, and then the last 5 to 6 minutes they attack some areas of our defense that we didn't make the adjustments quick enough, but Nate made a great play at the end, and we adjusted and got the last stop. So you know what? In this league, in this time of year, a win's a win, and we're going to move on and move forward, look forward, and we're excited for our opponent tomorrow.
Tom?
Brad, I know the energy, you just said the energy was high, but what about the execution and some of the penetration and some of the things you did on offense that maybe you haven't been doing so much this year?
Absolutely. And I think the last few games, our offense has been a lot better. If you look at analytics and if you just watch, the movement, the screening, the cutting, the penetration, getting downhill, creating again for ourselves and creating for others. And that's been a point of emphasis for everybody on the team. So that's been great. So a lot of good things to take away from. And again, a lot of great things to look forward to tomorrow.
Jeff?
Yeah, Brad, can you take us through that last play where Sessoms tried to drive and it looked like he was lobbing it to Hera in the lane, what you were trying to do, what Nate's responsibility was, and then also getting to the ball and trying to call timeout?
Yes, sir. I had Sessoms the last possession. He tried to refuse the ball screen a couple times, so I tried to make sure that he couldn't refuse the ball screen, force him to the ball screen, force him over it, and try to get him going outside of the lane. Try to get him going downhill but outside the lane and push him into Nate, where he's got a much bigger body than me to try to shoot over or try to throw over, and then switch at the end. And Nate made a really good play and blocked it. And the backside, we had good gaps and good bumps and the ball's in the air. And then, that time of the game, you just got to go get it and do everything that you can to try to secure it. I guess I've played a lot of basketball games in my career. So I guess just the instincts of, trying to do everything I can to win. And I knew we had 2 timeouts left. So I wanted to make sure that I could grab the ball and, gain possession and not jump in the air and call timeout, make sure I was calling timeout with my feet on the ground. That's kind of what was going through my mind really, really quickly, though.
Josh?
Yeah, Brad, they showed you during the game, I think it was when Penn State was up early in the first half, it looked like you kind of gave the guys a little message during one of those timeouts. I was curious, because what were you saying at that point in the game when you guys were down kind of before you had the big run in the first half?
Just keep working, keep chopping, trust what we're doing. They've already played a game in that arena, so they're a little used to it. So I just said, get used to it. They threw the first punch, and, now it's our time to throw some punches back. So just, continue to work, continue to stick together and trust one another. And we knew that we could get things going.
Yeah, Brad, Greg mentioned that the offense got stagnant after you had that 18-point lead and a little bit tentative against their pressure. Whose responsibility, or what do the players have to do on the court when you sense that you're not as aggressive? I know you're trying to get a good shot and protect the lead, but How do you walk that fine line and not stall the offense?
It's all of our responsibility. Especially starts with us. The main guards, Meach and I on the court. But it's everyone's responsibility on the court to make sure that we're getting good shots, but also you want to take some time off the clock. So against the pressure, there's a few times that we probably could have tried to score in transition, but then we brought it back out and played against a set defense, which is always harder to score against. But that's on all of us and something that we'll look at the film and be ready again for tomorrow.
Hey, Aleem, we've talked to a lot of you guys all year about shooting and shots not going down, shots going down. You had not shot the ball consistently well for a long time. What was the difference for you tonight?
Just staying confident. And when I get a good look, to be confident, knock it down, like I said before. So just staying involved in the offense and letting the game come to me. And when you get a good look, to stick it.
Jim?
Aleem, what's going through your mind right now? I'm curious. Just do you feel relieved that the game you guys ended up winning after almost blowing a big lead, or how are you feeling right now?
Survive in advance. It's about winning games right now, and obviously we have some things we need to fix to negate their run at the end, and things that we can work on watching film and prepare for tomorrow. But all it's about right now is surviving in advance and winning games. So I'm happy about that.
Josh?
Aleem, Brad obviously had a pretty trying day the other day, Sunday, with the way things kind of went down, and then responded with a huge night tonight. I was curious, because from your perspective, what were the last couple of days like for him? Do you feel like he came in tonight maybe any more fired up, or was that just kind of Brad being Brad?
This is Brad being Brad. Staying confident, keep being that team player, being vocal, and just being involved, really. He didn't let it waver or just sit for a while, so he just kept being himself and just kept attacking it day by day, and that paid off tonight.
Sorry, anything else for Aleem? We'll go over to Jim.
Aleem, Nate hit a couple big 3-pointers in the first half. How important do you think it is just to get him going this time of year?
Tremendous. To see that ball go through the hoop, opens up the floor even more, and that's a big confidence booster for Nate. And it's definitely good to see it. It's the right time for it, and to just kind of keep that rolling. And once you see a few go through, it makes the game a lot easier. You see yourself getting more involved defensively, and the game, like I said before, comes a lot easier for you. So it's big time.
Hey, Aleem, you guys, as Jeff pointed out in the beginning, you've been speaking all year about eventually their shot's going to fall. We got to stay confident. We got to keep shooting. It'll happen. How important was it for you to get going from deep, for Nate, for Brad? Because it felt like when you were hitting threes, the energy was so palpable for the entire team, and it was bringing the whole team up. Instead of just, say, Dimitrik and Micah hitting their threes, which of course is significant, but for you guys to step up, because in March, it's so important for the whole team to play well. So how important was it for you and Brad and Nate to get going? And that seemed like it really lifted up the energy for the entire team.
Like you said, it was just a big energy booster to get some guys going. I've seen that ball go through the hoop. That gets the team going. Our guys on the bench into it, screaming, yelling, celebrating. And so that's big time. And then that kind of spreads the floor even more for other guys. Like you said, Dimitrik and Micah makes the game a little bit easier for them when you have other guys knocking down their open shots and making it a little easier for them to get to the rim.